Touch the like. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Sring Palden. Today I would like to share some information about a subject that is very close to my heart, something that I did not know earlier, but down the lane I have able to gain more information about it and have seen people who have listed themselves to the list. And today, proudly, I have taken the decision to be one of the people in the list. And it is none other than talking about the subject organ donation. So just briefing a little bit about the first initial counter. It was at DMV office in New York State when I was applying for my state ID card. The staff in the reception did ask me question which said, "Would you like to consider to being an organ donor?" At that very moment, since this was a question that I was not familiar at all, and having been asked at that very moment, my definite answer was no. However, I have learned more about organ donation. I have seen my friends who are also organ donors, and I have proudly made the decision. And this time again, when I was in Colorado applying for my state ID card, I was asked the same question, and it was definitely yes this time. And I am more than happy and proud to join the list of organ donors in Colorado. And just in case if you haven't known about it, um, people who have registered themselves or signed up for as an organ donor, the symbol that you can see in their state ID card is the symbol of a heart, just like this one right here. This is my Colorado state ID card, and the symbol here, the heart symbol, actually says that I am an active organ donor. So, talking about more about this information, all the information that I'll be sharing here is taken from donatelifecolorado.org. So, um, it is interesting to know that one organ donor can actually save up to 8 lives through organ donation. So one organ donor equal to 8 lives. So what are the organs that we can donate are your heart, your liver, your kidneys, your pancreas, your small intestine. So these are some organ donations that we can donate. Similarly, one organ donor can actually save or heal 75 lives through tissue transplantation. So one equal to 75 lives. So what are the process that can be done through tissue transplantations are bones to prevent any amputation, heart valves to be transplanted to people with diseased or defective heart valves, skin. We have a lot of people with burn injuries, right, and severe wound. So temporarily, we can do the skin grafting, to help them. Especially with the burn victims and with people with severe wounds. Likewise, corneas to restore the sight, and ligaments and tendons to repair injured joints. So these are some tissue transplantation, tissue donation. These are all the procedures that can be taken care of. And one individual can also save up to 2 eyesights through eye donation. So organ donation, tissue donation, and eye donation. How interesting is that, right? One people, 8 lives, one people, 75, lives, and then one eyesight, one people, person donating their eye can save up to 2 eyesights, two individual eyesights. um, Talking about it, most of the time when it comes to organ donation, we think about, oh, at the end of the life, when we are dying, that's when we donate our organs, or we donate, ligaments, our eyes. So not necessarily, even if you are a living person and you want to donate, although you have to directly contact the transplant centers if you are considering doing the living donation. However, there are three different types you can classify under living donation. That is directed donor. Directed donor are people who have so specifies like who gets your uh, you know organ. For example, if I have a family member, or if I know a colleague, colleague, or if I have somebody, if I see through social media somebody in dire need of any organ, you can actually contact them and have direct donation done there. uh, so there's something called non-directed donation. That is just like many of us just signing up yourself to become a donor, and whoever is in the waiting list, they get it through after getting their medical evaluation done. So that's non-directed. The third one is the paired donation. Paired donation is for, say, I have a family member who needs a kidney and I'm willing to give it. However, my kidney is not compatible with my other family member. There's another family member who also is in similar condition, and if my kidney matches with the person who needs a kidney in the other family, and the donor doesn't match either with that family, but the donor matches with my family, so what we do is we swap each other. So when we swap each other, so that is called peer donation. So there's something called living donation. Definitely you can consider donating your kidney, your part of your liver, your lung, your intestine, your pancreas, to other person when you are still alive. And you have to do it through the transplantation center. And there are three different types under the living donation. So these are some information. And who is eligible to donate, right? Obviously people above 18 years of age. Since you're an adult, you have the uh, you know it's all up to you whether you want to sign up or not. Those people who are between the age of 13 to 17, you can sign up, but your parents or your legal guardian will be the final person to finalize whether you can be an organ donor or not, or whether they are willing to have you go forward with the process of organ donation. Sometimes uh, we often might think that, oh, I have a lot of disease condition, I am, I might not be fit for an organ donor, or I'm too old, maybe I may not be able to be a proper candidate for transplantation. So I just want you to know that regardless of any age, regardless of what lifestyle you have lived or you live, or regardless of what health conditions you are in, right? There are no such barriers. If you want to, consider being an organ donor, you can always sign up, and it will be taken care by the group of multidisciplinary people, like the surgeons, the transplant center staff members, who will go ahead and do the necessary evaluation and examinations, and to see, what can be transplanted and not. So do not hesitate, and do not stop yourself from being one of the organ donors. I also wanted to let you know, since I'm in Colorado right now, nearly 2,000 people in Colorado are waiting for some organs to be transplanted. 2,000 people. And talking about the latest fact, as of February 2021, there are 170,000 men, women, and children waiting in the National Transplantation waiting list. So 170,000 men, women, and children are on the National Transplant waiting list, just to have just to have some people, donate and then save their lives. 39,000 transplants were performed in 2020 alone. 17 people die each day waiting for an organ transplant. 17 people wait and die every day, for just because they don't have organ transplant. Every 9 minutes, another person is added to the transplant waiting list. Every 9 minutes, people are added to the waiting list. And talking about India, right? India approximately needs 5 lakh organs annually. So 5 lakhs every year, and barely 2 to 3% of the demand is met. So, talking about these organ donations, some of us might have some myths and prejudices. Some might think that it is against their religion or cultural, aspects. So, I think if you are willing to you know gift someone with precious thing, uh, me personally, I don't think that it goes against any of our religion, um, you know uh, religion. Every religion, no matter what you practice, always talks about compassion, always talks about being kind, being helpful to each other, and especially when you are almost dying, and instead of burning, your body, uh, cremating your body, how about the idea of gifting somebody else, and giving them a new life, to a person who might be the only child in the family, to a person who might be the source of income for the entire family. So I would like to definitely request all of you to, think about it, um, and let your loved members know about your decision if you have made a decision to become an organ donor. Because at the end of the, uh, you know, dying stage, I don't think any family members will have the courage and have will be willing to discuss about organ donation at that point. I myself have signed up solely through my decision, and I have let my family member know about it, so that they are aware. And if something happens to me tomorrow, they know that that was my decision that I have made, and I am happy about it. So um, I think whatever important decisions that we make, it is important for our family members to be known about, so that it makes them much easier to decide later in life. Uh, I hope that having shared a little information about organ donation, you will definitely go ahead and try to learn more about it, and you know, mm, make your decisions. It is never too late. Again, everybody can contribute, donating any of the organs at any point of time. Uh, if you happen to sign up now and then you change your mind later on, you can always there's always an option to opt out. Um, so consider making you know uh, a- creating more awareness about organ donation, and if possible, then being an active organ donor. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your love and support. Stay safe and say yes to organ donation. Thank you.